Boy math is being afraid of gold diggers when you only have 3 pairs of socks to your name.
You don't need to shower if you've never left the house. Things are clean until they smell. If they drink,
make it make sense.
Amazing viewer, I appreciate that you stopped by Comfort for Life Network. I'm glad to have you. And how did you find the previous video you heard? And if not watched it, kindly, I've linked it in the comment section. Kindly check it out. I'm glad you're watching. And also, I would want to remind you that the purpose of this channel is educational purposes. So let's interact in the comment section. I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to give you something that you just swallow and say yes. But I would really want to hear your perspective on the things that we're sharing, so that we get to grow this community. Thank you so much. You never know the impact you make through leaving me a comment and also clicking that like. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Having 2 kids when you're alive and 5 kids when you're dead.
Oh, since y'all want to talk about boy math, let's talk about boy math.
I know after I've talked about African math, you will be ready and you are ready to hear this boy math. And let me explain a little bit. Boy math are kind of things that boys do that make sense for them, and we are trying to give them meaning. How do we understand them? Like, they try not to make sense to us who are not boys, you get? So let give it sense. If you understand the meaning of what they believe in, these things that they do, then tell us why. Make it make sense. That's what you're doing here. Your work is make it make sense. I know you're ready. Rub a cup of cold water. This is hard.
Make it make sense.
Boy math is thinking marriage has more serious consequences than having a child with someone.
Boy math is spending hours cuddling with you, staring into your eyes, telling you how much they like you and really want to see you again, and then completely ghosting you the next day.
Make it make sense.
Boy math is having 2 kids that you do not take care of, but getting into relationships, telling them that you can't wait to have a family of your own. Father Abraham, you already have many sons. If you don't go build yourself a house and take care of them, okay? Period. Boy.
Make it make sense.
Boy math is you telling him that you want more quality time, and he says you do get plenty of quality time when you sit and watch him play video games with his headset on, talking to his friends. That's quality time. Like, duh.
But babe, if we shower together, we're actually saving money because we're using less water. We're being environmentally conscious. On top of that, I will use your shampoo instead of my 6-in-1 hair, mustache, face, body, pee-pee, and poo-poo hole scrub. That way I'm saving money on my wash, but you're also saving money because eventually you'll just be able to use my wash as well. Third, you know me, I like to take long showers, so we lose hot water, but this way we save on hot water. We're just using hot water together. And fourth of all, it's like looking at heaven. So it just makes economic sense.
boy math is telling him to unfollow a girl on Instagram and him saying he'll just delete the whole thing.
Course. Make it make sense.
Boy math, 20 dudes, 1 section, 2 bottles. If 2 + 2 is 4. Going to third world countries to date their gold diggers. A lot of y'all got hit. Spending hundreds and thousands of dollars to fly overseas to fuck on barely legal women in the developing countries, but complain about paying for a $200 date back here in the US. 7 sexual assault allegations against your boy, but all of them are false. Everybody can't tell the same lie. Your dad leaving, but hating mom and sisters that stayed to raise you. Knowing 75% of your head is balding and still get haircuts on the last 25%.
Make it make sense.
Short intermission. Adding your 2 cents into women's business, so now we gotta take your $5 ass and make change, period.
Boy math is literally a man telling you that he was gonna do something for you or he was gonna get you something. So because he told you about it, that he was gonna do it, in his mind that equal he did it. Boy math.
Boy math is when a boy tells you he's going to do something, buy you something, take you somewhere, and he doesn't do it, But because he told you he was thinking about it and he was gonna do it, but he didn't do it, but he was thinking about it and he told you about it, it equals he did it. That's boy math.
This point has been spoken of repeatedly. Can you make it make sense for me? Because I don't understand. Do boys have a world in their life, like in their minds, where things happen without the knowledge of others? Or what do you think
Boys
about
math.
it?
They ask you to hang out because they miss seeing you, and then they say, so what are we gonna do?
Make it make sense.
Boy math is having any children at all and actively dating and seeking out women who don't have children. Sir, if you don't go date those women that you made single mothers, they deserve love too. And their children also deserve fathers. Boy math is having baggage for days. More baggage than you can ever imagine, but expecting to date women who don't have any. Let me guess, it's because you want her to handle yours? You want her to wrap that up and get it all cleaned up?
Let me comment something here. Mental health matters. If you have problems, kindly seek for help. Kindly. I'm talking to anyone watching this right now. Mental health matters. So seek for medical attention. Seek for medical help if you have anything that is bothering you. Seek for help. Any help you can find, seek for help.
Boy math is when you're talking to a guy and he's like, let's go out to dinner. And then he asks you what type of food you like. And you're like, oh, I like all types of food. So he's like, do you like sushi? And you're like, I love sushi, but he's a vegetarian. So you're like, is that really going to work for you? And he's like, I guess not, because vegetarian sushi isn't that great. So you tell him about this vegan place that makes all vegan sushi that he might really like. And then he goes, oh, that sounds really good. I should take my boy there. That's boy math.
Boy math is wanting a prenup when you make $45,000 a year. Boy math is when he does the oil changes and snow shoveling, and she does the cooking and laundry, and he decides to have equal workloads because they both do 2 chores. I'm going to add just a couple of political ones. Boy math is needing 15 attempts to count the votes correctly to become speaker, and then shutting down the government 9 months later. Boy math is a $2 trillion defense budget, but cuts to social services like public education and childcare. Boy math is paying $44 billion for a $25 billion company, and through business smarts and entrepreneurial know-how, turning it into an $8.8 billion company. Boy math is being 6 times more likely to abandon their wives with terminal or chronic illness and then crying about male loneliness. Boy math is being 6 foot 2 inches, but somehow shorter than a 5 foot 10 inch woman. These tweets prove, once again, that women are indeed funny.
Make it make sense.
Let's keep this trend going. Boy math is also growing up a fatherless child because unfortunately your father abandoned you. He never claimed you. He never supported you financially. Instead of blaming him, you blame your mother, the one that stayed and raised you to the best of her ability, only to grow up and in turn punish and traumatize the woman that you choose to date. And then at the end of the day, when you start to receive the karma for the things that you were doing to other people because of the unhealed trauma that you refuse to address, you see yourself as the victim. Go to therapy.
Make it make sense.
Boy math is not having the money to take your girl who like is so deserving and wonderful of being treated well, to take her on dates or like get her gifts for anniversaries or birthdays or stuff like that, yet always having money to gamble.
Boy math is telling women, not all men, but then turning around and looking at their daughters and saying, I need to give you a shotgun to protect you from these men. I know how men think.
Boy math is him breaking up with you because he needs to work on himself and he needs to be alone right now. But then he gets a new girlfriend within a week.
Boy math. Boy math is putting $100 into the onlines, loses it all, but then goes to the pub with the boys and puts in $200. They play that $200 down to $50, but then at $50, they win $150. So they cash out $200 and they come home and say, today I won $200 in the pokies. They forget to mention they put in $300, so they lost $100. Boy math.
Of course. Make it make sense.
Boy math is doing one nice thing for you ever and holding on to it for the rest of his life. You're like, babe, we haven't really, you haven't planned a date in a while. Well, that one time I took you to Chili's in 2017. What about that?
But boy math is not wasting your money on frivolous things, right? It's being economical, it's being thrifty. Why would they waste their hard-earned money on a TV stand for their gargantuan TV? No. Why would they waste their hard-earned money on a pillow that isn't from 1995 or on bed sheets that weren't also featured in their freshman year college dorm? Why would they do that? I don't know. Boy math. 7-in-1 shampoo. The person that invented the 3-in-1 shampoo and then thought, let's crank it up a notch, that person loved boy math. There is no way a 7-in-1 shampoo is telling the truth. It's not doing 7 things perfectly. There's just no way. But don't worry, because it only costs $3.99. Somehow inflation hasn't hit the 7-in-1 shampoo market. 83 cents to the dollar. Those numbers are the same to them. In case you're unfamiliar, this is the gender pay gap, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the nicest variation of it. But that's not going to stop them from complaining about buying you things, even though they make 17 cents more per dollar. I digress.
Boy Math is taking to dinner with Jay-Z over $500,000. My turn. Boy Math is your dad leaving, and you hating your mom and your sisters that stayed to raise you. No numbers.
Creators, do y'all want to talk about boy math? Filing for sole custody to get out of paying $137 a month in child support is definitely boy math. Baby! I want to add on to that. Boy math is also thinking that your little $150 a month is what is allowing your baby mom to afford a house, a car, and weave. It's the thought that your baby mom getting your $150 is going to cause her to live so great. It's $150 fucking dollars. 150. Boy math is thinking just because you get your child 2 days out of 7 days of the week, 2 days a week, just because you get your child 2 days a week, that makes you father of the year. That's boy math. That's boy math. That should absolve you from paying child support when you only get your child 2 days out of the week. I just want to say, this is not my ministry, but this is shit that I'll be seeing live in 4K, that I'll be hearing on these apps when these men be complaining about child support. The main thing is, oh, is she gonna take my money and use it to get her hair and nails done, da-da-da. Baby, it's only $150. You can't even get your hair done with $150. You can't get your hair done. You can't get your nails done with $150. So what is that gonna do? But y'all, and this right here, filing for they only do it just so they can get out of paying. Just to get out of paying. It's crazy.
Somebody said boy math is your dad leaving, but you hating your mom and sisters that stayed to raise you. That
Boy math is how 5'10" measures 6 foot. Fucking right. Boy math is putting on a jersey with another grown man's name on it every Sunday while mocking the beehive. Fuck. Boy math is thinking the answer to "Did you come?" is yes. Fuck. Boy math is wanting 0 kids but having 0 condoms on hand. Boy math is them wanting a prenup and they make 45k. Shit. Fucking hell. Boy math is telling everyone you won an election when you lost by millions.
I'm glad you had a lot of fun watching this. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate your precious time. Thank you so much. Continue tuning in for more. I'm so glad that you are spreading my content. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like the video. Also turn on the notification bell and also share my video. Share me out. Share.